What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D-Riv. Today we're gonna be reacting to top 10 best matches of AEW Year 3. You know AEW is pretty new, and y'all have been putting me on. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got me onto AEW, and I haven't really seen any of the matches. I haven't really seen none of the matches. I've seen the highlights and OMG, all that type of stuff. I reacted to all that type of stuff on here, but I have not actually seen any of the best matches. I don't know which matches are the best ones. Y'all been telling me in the comments, but hopefully this video allows me to actually get a visual. Cause I know y'all been telling me some of the matches. Y'all tell me it's hard to pick ones are the best. Video should tell us. Gonna be his opinion, of course. Tell us which are the best ones, and I want y'all to let me know if y'all agree with this video, with it, the rating structure that he has, or give me your preference of which matches were the best. I'm sure MJF versus CM Punk is gonna be on here. I have seen that one, but I haven't really seen any other ones. Seen a little bit of the Moxley versus Kenny Omega. Seen a little bit of that one, but I haven't really seen. But I tell y'all all the time, if I got any videos y'all want me to react to in particular, make sure y'all gonna put it in the comments. I will react to it. As long as it's appropriate, I will react to it. I will continue to bring AEW content because y'all like it. I enjoy it myself because you've been putting me on. So continue to send me AEW videos, continue to request AEW videos, and I'm gonna continue to bring the AEW videos. So without further ado, also I will be doing a live stream Saturday, June 18th with professional boxer Michael Williams Jr. He is trained by the one and only Boy Jones. Yes, professional boxer, boxing legend Boy Jones, trained by him. He's not at the top yet, but he's up there. He already met Pacquiao and all them boys. So I'm just saying, he's official. Make sure y'all tune in. Link is gonna be down below. Also, we'll see it on the screen as Twitch. I will be streaming here on YouTube. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch at the same time. So make sure y'all follow me on both of those. So I will be notified whenever I'm live. I'm excited. We'll be doing a giveaway Twitch at a but you won't know when that's gonna happen unless you follow me on Twitch. And continue to help me, continue to subscribe, continue to help me grow. I'm trying to hit 5K for the end of the year. I won't be able to do it without you. So I appreciate you. Follow me. Don't, hopefully you consider it after this video. Not this video, pick another video that you see at the end of this one. I like that one as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing going though.
Double or nothing, everyone. A few buckshot lariats aside, wasn't it a good show? MJF got powerbombed into the land between kayfabe and shoot. Athena showed up, and even though Keith Lee didn't win the tag titles, gosh, he looked like he was having fun, didn't he? And that's the most important thing. The most important thing. And with Double or Nothing comes our annual tradition of looking back at the past year of AEW matches and giving out the following awards. Best Newcomer goes to Keith Lee. Best Wrestler to throw Isaiah Cassidy so far that he becomes a new low-orbiting space station goes to Keith Lee.
Oh my gosh!
And the Adam Blompier Award for Wrestler that Adam Blompier most wants to marry goes to Danhausen, Kyle O'Reilly, and Keith Lee in a shocking three-way tie. But seriously though, AEW's Year 3 was undoubtedly the best year in its short existence so far. And if you don't believe us, just have a gander at some of these wrestling matches. I'm Adam, hailing from Parts of Unknown, and here are our 10 best AEW matches from Year 3. Also, while you're here, you can check out our other videos from AEW Year 1 and AEW Year 2. You might as well. They're very good. Honorable mention, Anarchy in the Arena. Ollie and Luke forced me to mention this, even though most of it, to me, was like watching TV with a toddler in control of the remote, just flipping through the channels every 5 seconds, and stop it. Stop it. It was very silly and very fun in isolated places, but it gave me a headache. Luke and Ollie said I'm a fake fan if I don't mention it, so here you go. Number 10, Cash Wheeler vs. Dax Harwood, Dynamite. Tournaments are great! And while it might seem a little strange that the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, aka the babiest babyface honor that ever babyface, was won by the Honey Bunny and Pumpkin of AEW, it gave us some wonderful matches, chief amongst them being Dax vs. Cash and FTR, full of friendship, old school wrestling, and good clean fun. After an aimless 2021, FTR are having a sensational 2022, more on that later, but when the two wrestled on the 27th of April episode of Dynamite, they told a wonderful story of two men so psychologically in tune with each other, it created proper NWA style magic. With fluidity of motion akin to Flair and Steamboat, a lot of the match was beautiful pin counter into beautiful pin counter with the compelling storyline throughout. How much did each guy want to win? Enough to do permanent damage to their tag team partner with a sharpshooter? The emotion on that face. Don't do it, Dax. Old school simplicity from those who do that shtick the best. Number 9, ReDragon versus Jurassic Express versus Young Bucks, Revolution.
I like this video already.
Absolutely no ground this year in their staunch position of having the best tag team division on this planet. Thank you very much. The first of 3 tag team matches on this list. Spoilers, this one is very silly but a joyous mess of moving parts. After NXT tore the Undisputed Era apart, Fish, O'Reilly and Cole just went, nah, we're friends again. If you want to know how, a wizard did it. Though the best years of the Undisputed Elite still seem to be ahead of them in AEW, ReDragon, the classic Ring of Honor pairing of O'Reilly and Fish, have already got a barnstormer on their resume. A triple threat tag team match between them, the Bucks, and the tag team before time Jurassic Express. It's a wee bit of a spot fest, but there's a solid enough story running through it, with the Bucks and ReDragon ostensibly on the same page, but both equally jealous for Adam Cole's sweet kisses. It's a playful friction that ties all of the action together, and the action is goddamn impeccable stuff from the masters of silly choreography. Number 8, Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston, Rampage. Ooh. From the engaging but unmistakably fake ballet of the Young Bucks to 2 lads who never got told that wrestling claws wasn't real, kicking hard men lumps out of each other in a battle of who most likes to do angry fights. They slap each other so hard you develop a kink just watching it. Bloody look at Danielson's chest.
Oh my
gosh. Men are
so
good at this sort of thing and having the time of their life doing it. Danielson getting to finally unleash the dragon in AEW, and Eddie solely deriving meaning and purpose in his life from being socked in the jaw and having Daddy Daniel spit in his mouth, probably. Really like the bit where Kingston flips off Danielson mid-submission, and apart from that, there's not much more to say about it other than it's insanely charismatic psychopaths hitting each other so much that the crowd give them a standing ovation in the middle of the match, and honestly, if that doesn't sell it to you, you might be in the wrong hobby. Number 7, CM Punk versus MJF 2, Revolution. What was the best feud of year 3? The fact that you can't just automatically say Omega versus Page or MJF versus Punk or MJF versus Wardlow tells you just how fucking magic this year has been for wrestling fans who like big feelings. MJF and Punk put on a clinic of character work this year. An old gunslinger who has to reckon with his mistakes, and the young protege driven mad by deformed.
Hey, I did a reaction on this feud, Better Than You. I did a reaction on it, so if you're interested in watching it, y'all can go watch it. It's on my channel here. I did watch it, but unfortunately, it was a 50-minute video, and due to copyrights, I had to cut down to 18 minutes. I had to cut out a lot of the video because of YouTube. It wouldn't let me do it. So, yeah, they blocked a lot of it, so I had to take out all those parts. But it's still pretty good. It's still a good video. It still tells you enough about it if you haven't like the actual video. And I also have the actual video in the link of that video. So if you want to watch the actual video of the Better Than You, it's like 50 minutes, like I said. Y'all could go watch it. My reaction to Better Than You video. Y'all make sure y'all go and like that video because I put a lot of time. I sat here for almost an hour just for y'all to only see 18 minutes. That's crazy. You know how mad I was? It was a good video.
Love. Oh man, it was wonderful. Their first match in Chicago was a banger, but for me, it's their dog collar match at Revolution. Is it a perfect match? Not by any stretch. Lumpy, bit awkward in places, and arguably too long, but it's a fantastic example of how to blow off an emotionally complex feud. MJF showed.
I'm surprised this wasn't ranked higher.
The total physical destruction to the point where it goes beyond revenge and just becomes 2 men bleakly destroying each other to the point where you're just worried about them before you set out for revenge, dig 2 graves, etc. Also, heck of a pop for Wardlow, masterfully dovetailing into the next feud. Story over work rate, especially important for a company that often doesn't get enough credit for its stories. Number 6, Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara, Beach Break. Well, this was stupid, but it's 5 stars stupid. One of the biggest shockers from AEW Year 3 was one of the company's founders defecting back to the company that made him dress up like a Jackanory pervert for a not insubstantial amount of his life. It's still utterly mad that Cody Rhodes, the face of the Revolution, is now working for the evil regime, like if William Wallace settled down and got a civil service job at Westminster. But on his way out the door, Cody did manage to turn out one of the all-time great ladder matches against Sammy Guevara, aka if Miley Cyrus and Zoolander had a really horny baby. Stop being so horny, Sammy. Anyway, Sammy might have turned being unlikable into a fine art, but he's an unreal, once-in-a-generation talent, and that was on full display here. Genuinely, that cutter from the ladder.
I seen the clips of that.
Best spot in year 3.
I seen the clips of that.
And there are many more spots where that came
in my OMG moments.
Watch the match again. Number 5, Adam Page versus Kenny Omega, Full Gear. It's hard to determine who's had the best year since Double or Nothing 2021. CM Punk went from debuting to winning the world title. Bryan Danielson turned up and helped form a treehouse of rough and toughs. But I think I've got to give it to Hangman Adam Page, the man who defeated his anxieties, strapped the company to his back in Omega's absence, and went on a tear of fantastic matches. At Full Gear, it was the culmination of his story, the multi-year-long Page versus Omega storyline, but more importantly, the Adam Page versus Adam Page.
Man rode a horse in the arena?
Self-doubt, all that pure babyface fire. Think of it, a cool, pure, uncynical babyface in a post-Steve Austin world. What an accomplishment. At Full Gear, Page and Omega put on a stellar match. It might not have been the 7-star classic that some might have hoped for, but more than just moves, the match felt momentous. A proper beating heart underneath it, an energy in the crowd of a wrestler being in exactly the right place, winning exactly the right match at exactly the right time. And at the end, it all builds to the best explosion of good feeling in AEW's entire 3rd year. Number 4, FTR versus Young Bucks 2, Dynamite.
I need to go back and watch that one.
Tag matches on this list. And hey, speaking of second matches in a probable eventual trilogy, see, it's all connected. At Full Gear 2020, FTR and Young Bucks faced off in a 30-minute instant classic, marred only by the fact it took place with drastically reduced attendance because of the pandemic. Well, in April this year, they ran it again in front of a proper crowd, and oh boy, it was somehow even better. Well, not somehow, it had fans there, that's why. If the first match saw FTR fail because they tried to wrestle a Young Bucks style match, this time it was Young Bucks wrestling a more subdued but psychologically sound FTR style match, and it cost them just as dearly. Which is not to say there weren't flippy dudes.
Oh my gosh.
It felt so much more grounded with a heartfelt, taped up, courage under fire babyface performance from FTR, and also, holy shit, Dax Harwood might have the best hot tag in wrestling right now. Good for him. Number 3, Bryan Danielson versus Adam Page, Winter is Coming. Look, I'm just going to talk about the first Page-Danielson match to save space, but don't worry, they're both bananas good, and I appreciate them both super promise. Danielson has almost done it all since arriving in AEW. A highly stupid plunder match at Double or Nothing, ludicrous violence matches against Kingston and Suzuki, fancy techers against Bobby Fish and Lee Moriarty, formed a best friends gang, wrestled Kenny, we'll get to that, and even pulled a 60-minute Broadway out of his ass because he could, best in the world. This match was the first main stage for both men in their newly found roles. Hangman as the champion, seeking to establish that he's not a fluke, and Danielson as a ruthless tweener who cares about no one and nothing apart from kicking people's faces in. Over 60 minutes, that story's told perfectly. Bryan busting Hangman open, targeting his weaknesses with precision, forcing Hangman to take bigger and bigger risks to try and hang in there. Normally, 60 minutes is too long for my taste, but can't deny the monumental achievement here. Number
60
2, Bryan
minutes?
Danielson versus Kenny Omega.
The match was 60 minutes, and it wasn't even like an Iron Man match? Or did he say that and I just like zoned out? I don't know. If he said it, I missed it. But 60-minute match is crazy. Boy, I know they went to the back and they sat down. They just walked straight through them curtains or whatever, and they just sat down. Sat down, drink water, pour water all over myself, everything. Sat down. I don't even want to do nothing for a minute. I know they were exhausted. It's crazy.
Grand Slam. If there's one criticism to lay at the feet of Page Danielson 1, is that it was a time limit draw so soon after another, arguably more iconic time limit draw, one that was also twice as good at half the length. When Bryan Danielson strode into AEW to thunderous applause, fans wondered just how long AEW would make us wait before it gave us the dream match of Danielson and Omega. The answer, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Thanks, Uncle Tony. Talk about striking while the iron's hot, and irons do not come much hotter. The two men batter the arse off each other for 30 beautiful minutes, and while the match is good, the crowd are even better. Bloody hell, they are so happy to be watching a wrestling match, and a fully engaged, enthusiastic crowd makes a good match great, and a great match this. Kind of hard to fathom that a match without a definitive ending could be so good, but in rare situations like this, it was perfect. Delivered
I hope they don't spoil it, because I want to watch that one
immediately, while banking the rematch for years down the line. Violent crowd work perfection. And number 1, Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros All Out. Quite possibly the stupidest match in the history of AEW's stupid matches, which is both a big statement and the highest praise I can give. Despite being the kayfabe archdukes of hateful debaggery, the Bucks might be the most reliable big match players in the entire company. Them versus Page and Omega, Bucks FTR1, Bucks FTR2, Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston. Hell, they even dragged the Hardy Men to something silly entertaining at Double or Nothing. Throw in the Lucha Bros, who always somehow manage to come up with new wrestling moves like Luchador Mad Scientist, and you have a recipe for stupid wrestling magic. I've written a lot about this match in the past, including last week's list of my favorite non-WWE matches. You should watch that. But it's simply an essential wrestling match to watch, not because it's a good example of wrestling storytelling, just because it's a perfect match in terms of the most impressive stunt work currently available in wrestling, combined with the hottest crowd currently available in wrestling. If TLC 2 is your favorite wrestling match, you need to watch this one. It will be your new favorite wrestling match. Few matches have ever made me laugh out loud at the sheer audacity of what I was seeing than this. Watch it today. And that's our list. What's been your favorite wrestling? The perfect match in terms of the most impressive stunt work currently available in wrestling, combined with the hottest crowd currently available. You need to watch this one. It will be your new storytelling, just because it's a perfect match in terms of the most impressive stunt work currently available in wrestling, combined with the hottest crowd currently available in wrestling. If TLC 2 is your...
It's better than this? Y'all let me know in the comments right now. Like, literally pause the video. Let me know right now. It's better than this? Bro, I grew up on this right here. Wow. Like, is it actually better than this, or is he just like being dramatic? Like, is he hyping it up? If it's better than this, bro, I mean, I already believe it's a great match. I believe that already. But if it's better than this, wow. Wow. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch those, the Daniel Bryan one versus Kenny Omega, and I gotta watch this one. I gotta watch it. Gotta watch them. I don't know if they'll be on YouTube because I'm sure they won't even allow me to put it. But I have to watch them. Wow, y'all let me know your opinion. I want to know, is his list accurate? Your stand, your opinion. It's all, everything here is your opinion. All right, so I don't want to see nobody attacking nobody on their opinion. But I want to know, is this, you know, your list? Is this your list? Is this accurate? And if there was something that you could change about this list, let me know in the comments what you would change. I want to see this. I want to see that. I really want to see that now. It put it compared to this. Wow, this is the standard of a ladder match. But I know that was a cage match. It's different. I really want to see. Really want to see. I might watch it right after this video. Hey man, if you like this kind of content, continue to press that like button. I told y'all I'm trying to hit 5K subscribers before the end of the year. So please subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, seriously. I really want to hit 5K before the end of the year. It will mean a lot to me if y'all can help. So, you need to like these videos. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy D.